Hey there guys, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. It's around 8:45 here, I think, in the morning, early morning. Woke up a while back, sort of like decided to do a few videos for you. Think about 3. I was gonna do 4, but I'm like, nah, I don't have that energy. But to get some energy, I always start my day with morning with coffee. My good friend Rush from Canada, he's a big fan of coffee. Basically, it gives you good, like, kickstart to the day. So I'll be reviewing a couple of fragrances in one list. So let's see how this goes. Thing is, first fragrance I'm going to do, House of Issey Miyake. A few days back I did one Issey Miyake summer release. I think that was 2011 or 12, I forgot. Please check it out. I think that was one of the better releases. Very beautiful bottle and all that. So today I have another limited time release. Okay, this fragrance, it's super rare to find. Guys, I actually do this for a living. So fragrances are part of my work. I collect fragrances. I want to do perhaps an extra episode of how fragrance is, like fragrance guy's life in a day. Okay, I'll do that perhaps today. So I go around, I look for shops where they may have some older fragrances, limited time release. Some of the fragrances I find that I never would find in a retail regular shop. So it's like lucky to find vintage perfume. So I would love to review, put a content out there. That's what I do. So in that process, I get to find a lot of perfumes that I feel very blessed with. One of them is this one, Issey Miyake Purom Sport Mint, and they're not like a tons of reviews on this. There are a couple of videos where people talked about it in Espanol, like Spanish or English, but I did not really find like an in-depth, like many people review this. So I guess it's very rare. Okay, so really beautiful presentation, really beautiful fragrance. It's a creation of Alberto Morillo, the king of freshies. Okay, so if you guys just do not know by any chance, Issey Miyake is iconic for this fragrance. Okay, they made this fragrance immortal, or rather this fragrance make them the whole brand immortal. This is called Issey Miyake L'Odyssée Purom. Okay, I went through multiple bottles of it, like 2 to 3 bottles, and finally I settled with 200 ml. This fragrance, I can tell you, I have a love-hate relationship with it. Sometimes I really like it, sometimes I feel it's a bit overpowering. Okay, so this one gave birth to many flankers of the similar looking bottles. One of them is L'Odyssée, Issey Miyake L'Odyssée Purom Sport. One of my favorite fragrances. It's an underrated one. It's sporty, at the same time it can be worn like regular basis as well. Very nice, uplifting kind of a fresh scent with that metallic cooling touch. So this one, the Sport Mint, definitely it's part of that flanker. It's a flanker of a flanker. This one, sometimes Issey Miyake you'll see 125 ml, the summer edition, but the Sport one I think is 100. So is this. So I'm not sure if the lighting is going to pick it up, but it has a very nice sort of a coloration which got faded over the years. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. If you see this side, this green and this color doesn't match, right? They don't match because this has been in the market for almost 8 years. Okay, 2014 until now, almost 9 years. So this fragrance was in the shelf. So I found it in one shop, and you guys, good luck to you while you search fragrances. So if this one faces the light, that's what happens. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, still in the process of the cold, so I had to clear my throat a little bit. I'm really sorry about that. So even if it's in the cellophane and stuff, it sort of loses color. So I'm pretty sure it was like minty green like this all over here, but now it became sort of like turquoise blue. Okay, so the name, the box, and it says limited edition limité right here. Okay, that means it's out for a while, limited number of bottles. And this one has this very nice sort of pattern on the box, which sort of represents the original Sport. Also had this kind of like this grip kind of a thing, which has this in the box here. I'll show you in the main bottle. They also have this. So pretty cool. I think this is like sort of represent like a racket or something, like if you play, I don't know what's that game, tennis and then squash, right? So it's a sporty fragrance, and the thing is the name mint. So there are a lot of mint based perfumes. How good is this, right? So that's the box. The bottle here is the star of the show. If you see the bottle, I have seen some of my friends in the group, they posted Issey Miyake Purom L'Odyssée Purom Sport. I think that was what's the other one, King Yuzu, right? This one reminds me of that. So look at that bottle. I mean, this is beautiful. This is like a light green at the base, I think, and the bottle, it has detailing all over. It says mint in green, sport in green. It's like energetic burst everywhere. It's like a neon, okay? And then the cap also has that pattern that I was mentioning about the box. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And I just saw the bottle, fell in love with it. Okay, base looks like that. So let's spray this and talk about it. Cap, so pretty. Okay, atomizer looks like that. So I'm wearing something there. Let's spray here. Sprayers are amazing. Look at that sprayer, really nice burst, but doesn't really travel far. So the main reason for me to take this fragrance is there are three main reasons. How rare this is, it's very hard to find. I never even knew this was existed. So I can create a content, one reason. Second reason is the opening. We'll talk about it. Third reason is the bottle. I saw the bottle, I fell in love with it, right? So you would be imagining how much I paid for it. These fragrances, if you buy retail shop, they're gonna cost you $75. I paid around $65 after bargaining a little bit, but I still think I won because the fragrance is super rare. So now, I was talking about the opening. What's so special about the opening? So you guys know this is about mint, right? So I feel this is very, one of the best openings of Issey Miyake, and among all the Issey Miyakes that I smell, like limited time release, summer, you know, the sport version, this one is one of the best openings without that, you know, like aerosol sort of smell. Some of them, they have that bug spray sort of smell in the opening. I get that even sometimes from the original. I do apologize if you don't agree with me, but sometimes I feel like the original Issey Miyake L'Eau de Sepurum, it's kind of like a bug spray. It's very headache inducing, very sharp. That yuzu, it's not the best. Sometimes I feel, but you know, when you find that one bit challenging, some of their flankers can be really good, right? So this one right here, the opening is this $1,000 opening. It's the star of the show. I love the way it opens. And then it's like green. It's like, you know, the ones, the mint they use in like cooling menthol type. Like let's say like back in the days, like those bubble gums, spearmint bubble gum. It makes your whole mouth cool. And then also there was a cigarette company called Salem, you know, back in Malaysia, like when we used to be students in A-level, you know, and then the college, university. That time we used to do experiments. Like I think there was a brand called Peter Stuyvesant. I think that was a Malaysian brand. Salem, and there was Gudang Garam, and there was like few other ones. What's the other one? We used to smoke those. Like, man, I forgot that. Anyway, so those cigarettes, they used to have this menthol. It's not Gudang Garam. There's one more. I just don't. Man, I know that brand. It's just like so appropriate when I describe it. But anyway, you get the idea. Brand from Indonesia, right? This one reminds me of all those mints. It's very beautiful, cooling, sort of menthol kind of mint. And the thing is, the saddest part of this perfume is that's not gonna be even there for 10 minutes. This fragrance, the opening, the beautiful opening disappears quite quickly. After 7 minutes or so, I do not smell that anymore. So in that way, it's a little bit disappointing. Second thing, the performance of this stuff, it's kind of like a freshie, right? And it's a fresher version of a fresh fragrance. So you understand where I'm going with this. It's not a beast of projection and longevity, but the dry down, it's kind of like a herbal, fresh, green, yuzu, kind of like a vetiver perhaps. It remains fresh. It remains green, fresh, bright sunny days. If it's so hot and humid, where you wear Mugler cologne, Dior cologne, this is like a greener Dior cologne. Okay, if Dior actually released something with a mint instead of lemon, this is what they would release. Okay. So it's subpar with Dior cologne performance wise, okay? So which is not a deal breaker. If you find this for $50 something, it's half the price of Dior, okay? So you get beautiful bottle, beautiful opening. The dry down reminds me like after 10 or 15 minutes, it's pretty much like, I would say Dior, Issey Miyake, L'Eau de Sepurum. The name is too long. I hate saying that every time, you know? Issey Miyake, L'Eau de Sepurum, Sport, Mint. It's off-putting. Let's just call it Issey Miyake Sport. Whatever you get on the dry down of this, you also get in this, but in a milder way, right? So for some people, it's a deal breaker. Oh, this is not going to work. You know, I have some of the other one like Le Bleu d'Essai Fresh, right? That one also was not a beast mode, but very nice scent. So this is a very nice scent. Strong point of this is the smell of it is very soothing. If you're staying indoors, it will be doing good. If you're going for gym, you will really like it after shower. It's like a fresh out of shower, like a green, not soapy, but it's like a fresh watery green scent. Okay, so it gives you cooling vibes. So in the summer, spring, beautiful wear, and I don't get any kiwi or one of those notes that all of the Issey Miyakes have. This one only has that mint. perhaps a little bit of that green vetiver, and I think a little bit of the yuzu, but very toned down, which is why I like it. So more wearable version of all the Issey Miyake summer fragrances. Okay, so check it out. Excellent fragrance, excellent bottle. The weak points, as I told you, is the longevity is one thing. Second thing is the opening does not go more than 10 minutes, which I wish maybe could have stayed like half an hour or so, which is difficult ask, because many of the fragrances, the opening, they disappear very quickly. They win with the opening, and then suddenly boom, you're left with the dry down for the whole day. So you can try. I bought this to create content, just to show you good times of Issey Miyake. Like some 2014, I was not even in the game that much. I was not even in the review community. So this is before that time. So I got this to create the content. And if you see it somewhere, I'm pretty sure US, Europe, some of the shops, you'll find this, like, oh, Sport Mint, Joy reviewed it. Let's just take a look at it. If you like the open, if you like the way it smells, and let's say get a bargain, like if this was, like if you can get it like under 45 bucks, which is gonna be tough, get it, that will be so worth it. But paying what I paid, 65 bucks, it's a bit too much, I feel, for this fragrance. But anyway, it's a nice little perfume for collectors. It's a nice perfume. I'm gonna let it go basically because I have way too many fragrances right now, but it's an absolute honor to create a content about this perfume. So overall rating, the longevity and projection of this fragrance, I will rate it like a 6 out of 10. Not like below average, but not really something crazy. For a summer fragrance, it's okay. It's EDT, but I think this one acts more like an EDC. So Dior Cologne and this, similar sort of performance. Projection, not much from it. It's like people when they come close to you, maybe others will smell you when they just pass you by, but it's not going to project like something like Hawas or something. This one, it's a mild projector. Versatility, do not wear this in the cooler months, in the snow and stuff. This is going to be ridiculous. You people won't smell you, but if it's sunny, I think this one needs heat. When the skin warms up, it will be so good. Take it for a vacation or a cruise or something, that will be perfect. So overall rating for this fragrance, for the beauty of the bottle, for the smell, that opening, I rate it 7.5 out of 10 still, because I admire this fragrance, even though it's not a beastly performer. Issey Miyake L'Eau d'Essai Sport Mint, 7.5 out of 10. That's my review. Check it out. Have a nice day. Time for a second review, which is going to be an interesting one. Take care.